Day. These are your Tribune highlights for a Wednesday, December 24th, 2025, brought to you by your Daily Bahamas headlines, especially for people on the go and those who are visually impaired. Please don't forget to like, share, and follow our Facebook, YouTube, and WhatsApp channels. We begin with the main story on the front page. The Royal Bahamas Police Force has declared parts of downtown Nassau a restricted area for Junkanoo, announcing that no licensed firearms will be allowed during the Boxing Day and New Year's Day parades. Police say this is part of a tightened security strategy aimed at preventing violence and ensuring public safety during the country's largest cultural celebrations. Assistant Commissioner of Police Earl Thompson explained that even persons who normally carry firearms legally will not be permitted to do so within the restricted zones. Officers will be deployed in uniform and plain clothes, checkpoints will be established, and merchants in the area have been instructed to use plastic cups only. Police stressed these measures are preventative, not punitive, and are designed to allow Junkanoo to be enjoyed safely by all. Also on the front page, Grand Lucayan Resort staff have finally received overdue wages just days before Christmas, following weeks of anxiety, confusion, and hardship. Workers described relief at being paid, but concerns remain about communication, morale, and the long-term future of the resort. Some employees said the delay left families struggling during the holiday season, raising wider concerns about labor protections and accountability. Turning to Health and Family Island development, the first 6 aviation ambulances have arrived in the Bahamas. The aircraft will serve the Family Islands and are expected to significantly improve emergency response times, particularly in remote areas where access to advanced medical care can be delayed by geography and weather. Officials describe the initiative as a major step forward in strengthening national emergency healthcare. In business news, the Tribune reports that the government owes the Bahamas International Securities Exchange, BISX, approximately $1 million in unpaid fees, some outstanding for up to 3 years. BISX executives say the unpaid levies forced the exchange to take a significant write-down, raising concerns about governance, transparency, and investor confidence. While discussions with the government are ongoing, the issue has renewed calls for timely settlement of public sector obligations. Another major business story warns that up to 1,500 marina-related jobs may be at risk, with operators pointing to declining boating traffic and slow progress on fee reforms. While some improvements have been made, industry leaders say uncertainty and high costs continue to hurt the yachting sector and the wider tourism economy that depends on it. On page 3, Abaco businesses are reporting a noticeable drop in sales, with some operators partially blaming boating fees for reduced visitor traffic. Business owners say discretionary spending has slowed, particularly among boaters who once contributed significantly to local economies. In a related story, a grocery store executive is urging policymakers to keep the small man in mind, warning that rising costs and taxes are squeezing small businesses and ultimately being passed on to consumers. Also on page 3, it was confirmed that Dr. Charles Digges will step down as CEO of Doctors Hospital in 2026, marking the end of a significant leadership chapter. Under his tenure, Doctors Hospital expanded services, strengthened accreditation, and increased its regional standing. On page 4, police say they are tightening the security net for Boxing Day, increasing patrols and coordination across downtown areas. The National Junkanoo Committee also confirmed it will recognize the Valley Boys as a world-famous Junkanoo group, following recent court developments, while emphasizing the need for unity and respect within the cultural community. On page 5, staff at the Grand Lucayan again speak out about the emotional and financial toll caused by delayed wages. The paper also highlights growing concern that there is no law explicitly protecting Bahamians' access to beaches, a reality that continues to raise alarm amid increasing private development. Advocates are calling for stronger legislation to guarantee public access to the nation's most valuable natural resource. Court news includes a 16-year-old accused of stealing a car at gunpoint, while in another case, a murder accused was fined for breaching curfew, prompting questions about enforcement and sentencing. On page 7, church leaders including Bishop Delton Fernander, Bishop Leish Boyd, and Bishop Patrick Pinder deliver Christmas messages focused on love, family, faith, humility, and national unity. Their reflections urge Bahamians to look beyond materialism and remember compassion, service, and care for one another throughout the year. In a feature on innovation, the Tribune reports that technology is increasingly acting as a leveler for small Bahamian businesses, allowing entrepreneurs to reach wider markets, improve efficiency, and compete with larger firms, provided access, training, and infrastructure keep pace. Tourism officials also unveiled a new Aventura Mall digital campaign designed to promote the Bahamas as a multi-island destination using high-visibility digital displays to inspire travel and highlight cultural and natural diversity. Meanwhile, Bahamian entrepreneurs showcased locally made products through a festive Christmas shopping experience, with organizers saying the initiative demonstrates the creativity, resilience, and growing potential of small local businesses. Turning now to the editorial, the Tribune calls on Bahamians to make the country better this Christmas, acknowledging the economic pressures facing many families while urging unity, empathy, and accountability from leaders and citizens alike. The editorial stresses that difficult times demand collective responsibility and renewed commitment to fairness and good governance. In letters to the editor, one writer warns of a deepening wealth gap crisis in the Bahamas, describing it as a national emergency that threatens social stability. The letter highlights rising living costs, housing pressures, and unequal opportunity, and calls for urgent reforms focused on wages, education, and inclusive economic growth. That wraps up your Tribune highlights for today. As always, stay informed, stay engaged, because knowledge empowers communities and strengthens democracy. Have a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy, and successful New Year. Be blessed and be a blessing.